drawer, whatever you call that type of furniture.
What is that actually called in English? There must be a better word than a bookcase. A lot of things have been happening the last few days. I have been going through all my fabric and emptying out boxes, getting rid of boxes, and it's absolutely crazy. Just this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning on both days and just went berserk. Right now, I think I'm just going to take it slow, and I have this thread rack that has a brown background, and I'm just going to paint it. Let me just show you. This is my thread rack. I think I would like to have it up on the wall if I can. Now the background is nailed down to the sides here, so I think I just want to make 2 holes right in here somehow so that I can put it up on the wall. So I'll just paint this and then it can dry and I can getting everything organized. On Saturday, March 11th, I will get a drawer furniture to put here instead of having this, and then I'll be able to start organizing all of my various things that are just at the top of the big drawer here, and then start to have a real neat and tidy little sewing corner here. So I'm really looking forward to that. I am building a bookcase to have in my bedroom where I can put some of the fabric that I have, tablecloth, duvets, bed sheets, clothes that I have bought specifically in secondhand store that I want to redesign. And I want that to be put on this bookcase so that I'm able to see what I actually do have. Because right now it's in boxes and I have absolutely no idea what I actually have in my fabric stash. I need to get that bookcase done so that I can start putting the fabric on shelves so that I can go there and look at the shelves and then, oh, I have this. Because right now it's like I have to empty the entire box. One of them, there are many boxes. I have to empty an entire box to actually find out what's in this box. And it's just, then I remember, oh, I bought this because I wanted to do this, and I bought this because I wanted it to be turned into something like this. And, then I'm more or less just reminding myself and not really picking fabric or getting on with my sewing project or whatever it is. So I need to organize it somehow. And I'm just trying building a bookcase with some of the scrap fabric. I'm building a bookcase. I'm building a bookcase with some of the scrap fabric. Wood. Scrap wood. I got from my brother. Scrap fabric. I feel that right now that is what I need to do to really get going, because mostly I knit and try my hands at the pin loom I made, and then I have the lampshade that I'm working on, which of course is fine, and my spindle. I started trying to organize, throw out, tidy up in around November last year, and I'm still not done refurbishing and tidying up and organizing and all, so it'd be nice to finally get to next level when it comes, specifically when it comes to my little sewing area here. I do not have a very big apartment, but I'm hoping that this will be a functional solution.
It is Saturday evening and there's no dresser. I emptied this space completely to make room for it. Plans changed. And that happens. The plan is that I will get it on Monday. I took a chair apart. I want another chair here. It takes up so much space. So I took it apart and put it in a bag. Right. Let's fill up these drawers. Not all of them are that good, but over time. I pulled out all of the drawers and gave it a good clean. That took some time, but I'm very glad I did it. That evening, I started organising and tidying up in my sewing box. Look at this fabric here. There is just so many different things in this plastic box. And it's just been standing in the corner. It was absolutely chaotic. And look what's in this one. That is actually a bedsheet right there. Oh, I can't wait to put my fabric on shelves so that it will be displayed completely differently than this. It will be so satisfying. I just have to eat this, and then I have, well, it's not really a bookcase. It's shelves. What is that actually called in English? There must be a better word than a bookcase, because is really tall. It's taller than me. This is the one. And I'm going to put my fabric on this. But first, I will have to assemble this one. Right. Order me tea. Stimmt. Right. Huh? Yes, okay. So these are the frame. Oh yes, and this is shells. Right. Only use rubber hammer, right? Is that it? Yeah. Well, lucky I have one like that. Now I'm ready to assemble this. Whew. And it's time for time lapse. I'm not sure I did this correctly. Maybe this one? This little piece here should have been on the outside. Look at that joint. I hope this will hold. That would be interesting. And it's quite big. Maybe I should just secure it onto this little dresser I have here, just for safety, but I don't know. I wonder if I did this correctly. Oh, I'm glad I have this bookcase. There's some work for tomorrow. And then when I'm done with the fabric, I have to continue tidying up this space. My thread rack has had 2 layers of white acrylic paint. It has not entirely covered the brown background, but it's just going to get another layer and another one if it needs it. I would like to put my thread back on this one soon. I have this little plate here that I can put up on the wall. It needs a bit of paint because the black paint mostly has fallen off or been scratched off. Stack is missing something right at the nose and lower jaw. Then I have this little planter here in concrete. It has broken in 3 pieces, but before I glue it together or try to put it together again, I'm probably going to use something else than glue. But I just want to paint it a little bit in here to try to mimic the Japanese way of putting together broken china. I have a yarn bow that's smashed into many pieces, and I just want to do a little paint job on that as well, if I can. I was vacuum cleaning and it was on my footstool, and I had just told myself not to hit my yarn ball with the vacuum cleaner, and what happened just 5 minutes later? Yes, I hit it with the vacuum cleaner and it fell on the ground and smashed into pieces. It's been in a box for I don't know how long, but now is the time that I get this done and get it glued back together. I have this concrete boot, and well, the platform is all right. It just needs a bit of detailing to hide that brown color I put on it. And then I wanted to sort of have it this bit of I don't know what I wanted to do, but I have to redo the upper part on this because it looks like I don't know. I have to redo that. Thank you for stopping by my channel watching this video.
I appreciate it very much. I'm still working on getting my little sewing corner tidied up and getting everything organized on the storage rack that I have assembled. My next video will be the second part of the lamp and the lampshade, so I hope you stick around to that. If you want to be notified, then hit the little bell icon and remember to subscribe. Like this video if you liked it, and I hope that you are safe and that you have a pleasant day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh, can I have another room added to my apartment? Maybe 2? That'd be lovely. Oh yes, I'm making coleslaw. Let's build a bookcase out of coleslaw. No, cabbage. Let's make a Let's make a bookcase out of cabbage. Perfect. Yes, it would hold. Scrap fabric. Good on you. That sounded just like an old man. I'm anxious to get... Whoop, this one shakes a bit. Shit. Now, I'm ready to assemble this. Whew. Crazy, crazy, crazy daisy. Right. Time lapse. So I need to store that somewhere, but that's not a big problem.